Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all of my students and whoever is watching this video right now. I hope and pray that you're all feeling great, you're all in good health and enjoying Ramadan. So we are again in front of each other, alhamdulillah, with all the good health and happiness. And we are in our science class right now. Yes. So we did last time started learning about amphibians, remember? Yeah, we discussed about the frogs and toads and salamanders. They're all amphibians. They have two lives. Amphibian means two lives. That means they start their life in the water, and then they can even go on to the land. The next part is on the land. So they can be both in water and on the land as well. So that's why they are called amphibians. Yeah, that's great. So, and we discussed about a lot of animals which are amphibians and maybe they're not amphibians. So we did that. And mostly we looked at the frogs and toads. So today we're going to see and discuss that how do they start their life in the water, and then what happens, what metamorphosis happens in their life that changes their body so that they can even be in the water and they can even live on the land as well, right? So we are talking about the frog today. So the first of all, as we said, that they are going to start their life in the water. So we are discussing about the frog, right? So this is the life cycle of frog, how they're going to start their life in water, right? So this is a frog. So as we discussed, even that frog lays eggs, and they lay eggs in the water, in the pond. So let's see, when the frog lays eggs, how do they look like? So we are just going to have a look at that. The one I'm going to show you are very beautiful. So frog's egg is not that beautiful, but this is just to give you an example. I'm just going to show you that how does they look like. The frog's eggs, I have just put them in you see, just have a look at this. See, if you look at this bowl, it's got like these pearls. So that the eggs are black from inside because there is an embryo inside, but it looks like just this. They are in clusters, like so much together like this. You can see the pearls over here in the water. So the frogs eggs, they just look like the same as you see the pearls here inside. Though they look beautiful, they are not that beautiful, and they're very small, they're very tiny. Here you can see them, they're like big, but they're very small, and they're black from inside because the embryo is inside. The baby is inside the egg. So this is the way the frog's eggs look like, right? So just for you to see, to have a look at the and to get the idea that how does the frog's egg look like when they're in the pond, because it's very difficult to see, and you can find if you can find the eggs because they lay them underneath, maybe under the leaves or under the mud somewhere, so it's hardly to see that, but they'll just look like these, okay, because there are many in colors. Oh, sorry, there are many in numbers. So you can hardly see them. So this is the way the frog lays the eggs. And now we're going to see what happens when they lay the eggs. Okay, so I'm just going to share you something which we are going to have a look at that. Okay, so we'll just have a look at this picture first. Okay, now this is telling us about the life cycle of a frog. Okay, so just have a look at this. Now, see, these are the eggs which we have just seen. The mother frog laid eggs in masses in or near the water. Like it should be a damp place where it's water, right? And it's in masses, as I told you, that there's so many which you can see over here, but there are even more in numbers. there's so many in numbers when they lay eggs, right? Then shortly after hatching, when they get out of the egg, the tadpole swims right away in the water and breathes through the gills. As I told you that they have gills and fins at that time. So they can directly swim. But the moment they come out of the egg, so if you just look at the egg, how small the egg is, if you just have a look at this, see how small the egg is. So the moment they come out of the egg, they start swimming. The egg is even smaller, very, very, very smaller than this, maybe 50 times smaller or maybe more than that. So the moment they get out of the egg, they start swimming in the water because they have gills, they can breathe, they have fins, they can swim. So like a fish, they can swim in the water at that time. And at that time, they are not going into on the land, they are in the water, right? Then look at the next picture. After 6 to 9 weeks, legs starts to sprout. They come out, small legs. The head becomes more distinct. You can see the head now. In this picture, you can see the eye more than the head, but here the eye has become smaller. No, it has not become the smaller because the head become distinct, so eye looks smaller. So, and the tadpole begins to eat insects and grass. Wow. Now the tadpole is eating something. So, and see the small, small legs has grown and it can eat now. Now look at this. By 12 weeks, the froglet still has the legs and the hands, and it has got still has a tail. You see, it still has got a small tail, and now it's breathing using lungs, and it is ready to leave the water. Yes, it is ready to leave the water. And now what happens? By 12 to 16 weeks, the frog is grown up. It has completed the full growth, and it is again ready to lay the eggs. Now the tail is gone, right? It has got beautiful eyes and it has got legs and hands, but no tail, because he don't have to swim with his tail now. His hands and legs are grown. He's got padded feet, so he can swim as well, and he can be on the land as well, right? So we will just have another look at another picture in which we can see how this cycle happens. We just have a look at that. So I'm going to share another picture with you, right? Now have a look at this picture. Now there's a frog up here. There's a frog like this. See? Then what happens to the frog? It went into the pond and it laid the eggs. See, they look like this, but they're black from inside. Why? Because there is an embryo inside, right? There's a baby frog inside. See, so the tadpole comes out of the egg over here. Now see, this got a long tail. It's got a tail and it can swim right away. It can swim into the water. Then what happens? The tail has grown a little longer, but the legs have also grown, right? The head is become a little big, see? And the tail is long and there are gills and fins. You see, there are fins on the tail. So he can swim in the water, and there are gills in, lungs inside the gills with which he can breathe. Now here he's going to have the lungs inside, right, for breathing, because he'll no more be needing the gills and the fins. So what happens? The lungs grow inside, and then what happens? That it is growing the legs and arms, right? The hind legs and the fore legs. So the tail will be coming short over here, right? And then what happens? See, it is the full head has grown, the hands, the hind legs, and the forelegs are there. And now there will be no tail. because the frogs don't have tail when they are on the ground. They don't need the tail. Though they have webbed feet, they can easily swim in the water, and they can easily jump on the land as well. So this is the life cycle. And now again, the frog is ready to lay the eggs over here. Then again, he's going to lay the eggs, the tadpole will come out, the tadpole will grow up, then this will be a froglet. Small frog is called a froglet that is going to soon going to become a frog, and then it will come out of the pond one day. Then he is ready to even grow big, 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 and then grown up, right? So this is the life cycle of frog, which is so amazing. And though it's when it's rainy season these days also, I can see little frogs because it's raining much these days. So when it rains, we can see so many frogs. So maybe if you can find some pond near your house, or maybe somewhere, and if you have frog and you have put it in a pond near you, or maybe a bowl somewhere you have kept it, you can maybe get a chance to see the eggs when they lay eggs. But they're very small, very small, and there's so many like clusters. So they lay eggs in the rainy season. It's the best time to watch and observe this maybe the frog circle, because the froglets, they remain in the water, the tadpoles, they remain in the water, but you can see them floating. They float like this, like this, they float in the water. So the rainy season is the best time to watch and observe life cycle of frog. So I hope you can get a chance to see some of them, because yeah, I have seen some of the frogs these days as well. But yes, in rainy season, in maybe July, you see lots and lots and lots of frogs, and you can even hear them trying. Yeah, remember, yes. So I hope that you can see that thing. If you want to observe that, maybe you can try keeping a frog. I don't know, we cannot keep the frog as a pet because um, I don't think so. But maybe you can get a chance in the rainy season to see that. So this is how the frog lays the egg, then tadpole comes out, and then that grows the tail and the little legs, and then they become a froglet, and then the tail vanishes, and the forelegs and the hind legs, they grow, and they have got webbed feet, and they can easily swim into the water, and the tail is gone then, and they can be on the land, because the tail is no more needed on the land, and they can swim with their webbed feet. So that is so amazing. The webbed feet are like the swimming costume. You must have seen the swimmers, they wear it on their feet when they go for the scuba diving, and they're also webbed pad they wear. So the webbed feet for ducks and frogs, that helps them to swim into the water. Yes, that's super great. So this was a science class in which we have learned about the life cycle of frog, how they lay eggs, and what happens to the eggs, and what happens with the tadpole, and how they grown up as a froglet, and what happens when the froglet comes out that becomes a proper frog. And when the frog is grown up, he's ready to lay the eggs again. And female frogs lay the eggs, right? Okay, so this was a science class, and before I leave, I'm just going to give you a little reminder of subscription to a channel. Yes, please subscribe the channel, give the videos a thumbs up, and do share it with your friends, because you care about your friends, you love your friends. So you'll definitely want you to share all these videos with your friends. Okay, so we'll see each other soon, inshallah. And till then, stay safe, be happy, enjoy Ramadan, enjoy the weather, and be grateful for your health, for the weather, for everything you have. Okay, so inshallah, see each other soon. Bye bye, and Allah Hafiz.